Hey Linda, it's Malcolm. I'm sending this proposal in. I'm calling Doshi Gardens. It's a proposal for beautifying the area around Project Row Houses, specifically right there behind Doshi House. And I wanted to do this at no additional cost. What I'll be doing is using the compost directly from Doshi House to fill up the planters to create a beautiful garden oasis in the back that people will be talking about. The reason for doing this is because back in the fall, back in October, Rick was discussing ideas to revitalize Project Row Houses and generating a buzz to get people talking about and coming to Project Row Houses more frequently. So I was coming up with the idea was to transform the area behind Doshi House from a jumbled clutter into an urban oasis by rearranging those boxes in the back area back there. Now, these boxes are made out of metal, and because they're metal, they'll be sought after, similar to the air conditioner that I noticed the other day. Once upon a time, I was head of security at what's been known as Transco Tower. When I worked there, it was known as Williams Tower, located at 2800 Post Oak. And back in 2005, we had a rash of thefts that were mostly thwarted, but one, they got away with just over $5,000 worth of copper on a floor that was under construction. Now, when an economy is going through hard times, precious metals are worth a great deal of money. And in our case at Project Row Houses, they stole these air conditioners. Back around 2005, when I worked at Transco Towers, there's a rash of thefts all over the city and the country because the economy was going through some shifts. And again, the economy is going through some shifts, and also in the summertime, burglaries increase. So what I was proposing to do is make it more difficult for them to move the items, the metals, out of the Project Row House area. And by doing that, I was going to fill the planter boxes with compost from Doshi House. They're already pretty heavy. You're going to need heavy equipment to move them anyway. It'll be even more difficult, laden with tons of fertile soil in them, so it'd be extremely difficult for them to move anywhere. Now, what I was going to do is take the planters that are known as module planters and arrange them and turn them from this, this area back here, from them being piled on top of each other into layout, what I'm calling the urban garden oasis right behind Doshi House there. It's right in intersection of Holman and Dowling. I want to create this garden area for the community and visitors to enjoy. And what I'll be doing is, again, is taking the compost from Doshi House, filling the compost in there with the worms. The worms will break down the compost rather quickly. And then what will happen is that we'll get beautiful garden and vegetables coming out of it. Now, the process is going to be simple. It's a three-step process. We remove the weeds from the crack, clean up the area. Step two is arrange the planter boxes in a nice configuration. And then step three is collect the compost from Doshi House. Not exactly sure how long it's going to take to fill up the planter boxes, but it shouldn't take too long at all because there's a lot of compost that comes out of Doshi House. This is a planter box that we have here behind the two-story, and right now it's filled with compost. Put some worms in there with compost from Doshi House, and without even having to plant anything because there's seeds already in the compost, started to get a bountiful harvest. So I like to do the same concept that we have going on behind the two-story and take it over there next to Doshi House and fill up the current planter boxes that are sitting idle and turn them into fertile garden spaces and arrangements. Now, right now, the tomato has gone from that on the left. I can't remember exactly how long, but it's definitely been, I'd say, about 6 weeks, less than 2 months. And it's gone from a small plant into a big plant. Now, only thing I'll be doing is making a bigger version of this by using the metal planters instead of the wooden boxes. And once the compost is in the planter boxes, they will not only be beautiful, but extremely difficult to move.